So ended up picking up a new pickup truck, the '03 Cat Eye. It's actually kind of a fancy one. It's got the for a regular car, it's an LS, so we got power windows, power locks, the fancy little mirror thing with the temperature, automatic 480E 6.0. But came with a flatbed, which I'm quite excited about. The only issue with a flatbed is, putting stuff on it. You got to strap everything down. And I was kind of partial to a utility body, so I think I'm going to try to kind of get the best of both worlds and do like a overlanding style side box here and here that goes through the flatbed and maybe becomes part of the fender. I think we can work with it. We got this headache rack that's perfectly straight and flush to the body, so we'll probably work off of that. And well, I'll show you in a bit what I actually already had laying around to do this. It's kind of, I think, the perfect thing. Well, here it is. It's one of those gasoline and flammable things, storage devices. I believe this is a 30-gallon one. Got this from a buddy that was moving out of his house and just wanted to get rid of it. They are not cheap, to be honest. Maybe you could find them for like, I don't know, $400, $300, if that's a pretty good deal. But it's really deep that way, which is nice. I could fit lots of tools in there, maybe even toolboxes, but more or less just for everyday kind of stuff, throwing it in there and keeping it decently organized. So we got it on the lift, truck backed up. I think it's time to start measuring. 43 and 5/16 roughly. 44 tall. 18 deep. 18 deep. So that's the one that's gonna be a little tricky. We get it. We got it. If, just a hair over that, I'll be fine if we go tight to this rail here. But we're gonna contend with, the lower we go, the more we're gonna contend with down here. We'll get it sorted, but probably have to cut the whole backside and underside of that out to lower it down if I want to go lower to get that. I mean, one would think it would look the best probably at the bottom of the cab rail, but that may not be the case. I'm just going to kind of go for it. If that was the case, it would come way down here and we have to cut a fair amount out of it. Yeah, we'll get to probably just start with pulling these boards off and cutting it roughly what we need. Maybe not though. Wow, that's really thick, yeah. Okay. Is that what it's gonna take? Maybe. Molten. Wow, that was thick, huh? I see. Okay, we got it all marked out. Our cuts across here and right there. Probably should like leave a reveal and fold it over, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna cut it as it is. So I got to hacking. Ended up we found an inside layer, which makes sense. I should have known that, but it made it a little more challenging of a project here. So you got the whole thing propped up by that piece of wood there, barely holding on. I cut out the inside piece, just some pretty gauge steel. We're gonna weld this in 5 inches to make room for the frame rails. Just tag it in more or less, and it's it'll create some structure to hold this thing together. And then we'll finish cutting out the 5 inches we need on that corner, and we already got, look at all that mess. But we'll get there. Just gotta keep working. So next day, we got the hack job cleaned up. Kind of changed our way of going about things here after finding the double layer. I can't believe I didn't think of that, but I think we're gonna be able to salvage this. It's kind of falling apart currently, but once we start welding it together, it'll be solid. So first order of business is probably weld that in. We'll take this and gusset it to here or something, and then maybe weld a little stopper there to hold it up. There was little feet here that did just that when this existed, and this yellow piece will weld in as a template 5 inches in to get that clearance again, if you remember. And it's more welding, less cutting today. Still propped up on these flimsy floorboards. But yeah, we're gonna get geared up and hit it. Start with the tack down here. Make sure we got a good ground. Yeah. Good tack. Go again. Okay, so we got this edge looking like we want it to. Now, fabrication, I guess. I think the inside of this might be stainless. It's behaving funny. Also not rusty. So we are joining two different metals together right now. Hopefully that goes okay. Opportunity to paint it without the truck nearby. I think that's a pretty good prep job. Yeah, all set. As long as there's not like crazy runs, I'm happy, usually. And it's not yellow. So I got a plan here to finish this off. I'm just simply going to cut, this is about 3 inches. I'm just going to cut sheet metal, fold the sides to try to somewhat match this. Weld, 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 weld. Hopefully fold the side to match that as well. Maybe we'll slam a piece of sheet metal in there too. It's not super important. Quick and dirty sheet metal work. That's what's up. And I like that right there. Okay. Very good. I don't want this to warp, so I'm going to fill this. Yep, that's it. I'm out of gas. Well, I usually keep a spool of flux core wire laying around for this exact situation. We're hooked up for flux core. Give it a shot on sheet metal. Can be done. Often, actually, if I have a huge project with sheet metal, I will use flux core because it's just, it doesn't burn up so much gas. It's got to be quicker on the trigger because it definitely blows through a lot faster. You can see that, how it just boop. Good weld though. Like I'm stuck in here. So let's wiggle this thing into place. Looks like needs a little wiggling. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. That might be about where it lives. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I like that angle of the dangle. This is sitting just on top of the rail. I want it to go past it a little bit. Geez, we could go lower if we wanted. Eh. Kind of like it just like, unless... Do we want to? Not really. That looks fine. I like that. Let's look under here. Yeah, cleared everything just fine. Awesome. Gonna lean it back a little bit, which is like even better. Oh man, that's really good. I might not want to touch it from there. That might be where it goes. So we got it sitting where we want it, and we got it all kind of flux cord. We got it all kind of flux cord down. Ugly, for sure. But I just have a few more welds to finish out before this thing's safe to drive, I would say. And I'm gonna go get some MIG gas, and we'll really finish this thing out, finish painting it and all that. You can see the flux cord just is, it's odd going from real thick steel to sheet metal. You can see it kind of undercutting, and I have the machine turned way down. It's in there. Solid. All right. Go get some MIG gas. So once we got some MIG gas, now it's time to finish out weld. You know, we got the thing just flux cord, and it was enough to drive it around a little bit, and got some paint because we run out. Just been kind of starting to make it back together. Lots of beads, not the prettiest, but you know, right now it looks sweet. I think that little fender cutout. Gosh, I love it. Yeah, it's a little hacked up here and there, but nothing. This is probably something I'm just gonna always be working on. I feel like, you know, be modifying for like different tools and stuff. So different ways of organizing it. I'm pretty happy, and I'm happy with how it's mounted. You know, pretty heavy beads on this bar. We got a big old weld to the flatbed. We got a 2-inch tube welded in there, and back there we're welded to like 1/2-inch plate to the like sheet metal. It's kind of comical. We'll add to it over time, but this is more than enough to hold some tools for now. So we're just gonna give this a quick rattle can job and call this project done for now.